Are we ready? Can we proceed?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Honourable members, Mr. Matlala. So, on the 18th of December, did you had gone to the house, but you saw that there was something happening in the house, so you turned back.
Yes.
Did you go back to the house at all on the 18th?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. Now, you also shared with us your wife's experiences. It's on page 9, paragraph 28. Do you want to read that into the record?
My wife, Tsakani Matlala, has also shared her traumatic experience of a raid by the Special Task Force team on our house. She recounted how my young children, aged 6, 9, and 11 at the time, were forced to lie on the floor with their heads on their heads, with a rifle pointed at them. This heartless act has had a profound and lasting psychological impact on our entire family, especially our children. It is inexcusable and demonstrates the extreme lengths to which these individuals were willing to go.
Now, you summarize and you say that these incidents are somehow connected. Is that right? To the hospital lease and the Medicare 24 contract.
The contract, yes.
And you draw that conclusion if you go to paragraph 29. Do you want to read that or elaborate on that?
This raids the confiscation and theft of my property, the harassment of my family, and the confiscation of my devices, and all occurred during a period when I was actively pursuing legitimate business contracts and simultaneously facing difficulties with subs regarding a hospital lease on my Medicare 24 contract. I believe these actions were part of a coordinated effort to harass, intimidate, and ultimately derail my business, possibly due to my perceived and/or alleged association with certain individuals or my involvement in the Medicare contract.
So do you want to elaborate on that?
Oh, yes. But I think it will be more clear if I can maybe explain what happened to my meeting in Beverly Hills, so I can go back to this, because I see these things are not in a sequence.
Let's first deal with the court application, and going to your lawyers after or in between the first and the second raid. Is that's when you launched the court application?
Yes.
And that court application, we have referred, Honourable Chair, Honourable Members, we've referred you to it, and that is to essentially interdict, stop the police from harassing you and threatening you and assaulting you, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And in that affidavit, you read portion of it, you describe what happened and how it happened.
Yes.
That application was launched. In other words, your lawyers went to court, they had it issued, and they also got a date.
Yes.
And set it down for the matter to be heard.
Yes.
The matter was never heard.
It was set to be heard on the 24th of December.
Yeah. But it was withdrawn.
I will explain what happened, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So and we want to get to why that was the case, or certainly why you say the application was then withdrawn. So leading up to then, you referred to a phone call that you received shortly after the raid from And you mentioned his name, Bongani Mbungosi.
Yes.
I see is he also known as Mabonga, or is that a nickname?
Yes, it's a nickname, yes.
Sorry, Mr. Matlala?
Yes, it's a nickname.
Okay. And that was also in December. Was it after the second raid or after the first, or in between? The phone call.
The phone call after the second raid.
After the second raid.
Yes.
So that was after the 18th of December.
Yes.
Do you or did you know Bongani?
Yes.
Bongozi?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
How did you know him?
Yes, I knew him.
How did you know him?
I knew him because he was friends with a friend of mine from KZN.
Okay. Was he connected to the late Msisi at that? No. Because they were also in the taxi business.
He was not in a taxi. I knew him, but he was not my friend. He was someone. I think he was into security as well, not taxi.
Okay. And wasn't his father a big taxi?
His father, not him. Yes.
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 Yeah. Because that's how former Minister Cele knows him. His father was in the taxi business.
Okay. Yes, that's what I also learned that from Mr. Cele's affidavit, but I didn't know about that before.
So he's also phoning you and telling you he's heard what happened.
Yes.
And he asked you to go to Durban.
Yes.
Why?
He said there is someone that he knows that he thinks he can help me regarding this problem of harassment.
Okay. Did he mention a name?
Yes.
Or did he just...
Yes.
Whose name did he mention?
The former minister, BHEKI CELE.
So he told you to come to Durban and to meet with former Minister BHEKI CELE.
Yes.
And why would it be necessary for you to meet with former Minister CELE?
Because he said he will help me to tell these people to stop harassing me.
So you're getting offers from help all over the place?
Come again?
You're getting offers of help all over the place after the raids?
Yeah, I will say so.
But before you now meet a former Minister Cele, you had already initiated court proceedings?
Yes.
So when do you meet him and where do you meet him?
I met him on the 23rd of December. It was in Durban at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Okay. Is that the first time you meet him?
Mr. BHEKI CELE?
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't know him before then, other than being previous Minister of Police?
No, I just knew him as being the previous police minister.
Yeah. Okay. And did he give you any indication that he knew about you and what you do and your business interests? This is Minister Cele.
You mean while we were speaking?
Yeah. Did he say, oh no, I know you, I read about you, I heard about you?
Yeah, actually, he knew about my problem and when I was explaining it to him. But he didn't, I think he didn't know the face maybe, but the name and what was happening, he knew about it.
Okay. So when you met him, was it your impression or clear impression that he knew about these raids on your property?
No, he told me when I was explaining him my problem. He was aware of it.
He was aware of it, okay. And then you say at paragraph 37 in the last line that Minister Cele then requested you to withdraw the court proceedings. and you describe it here as a gesture of goodwill, and he assured you that he would assist.
Yes.
You confirm that, what he said?
Yes, he said to me, before he will talk to his people to stop harassing me, I must withdraw this court interdict. And then it was the night before the matter was supposed to sit in court. Then I called my then lawyer. I gave him those instructions that he must just cancel everything. Then I've cancelled everything. And then he took a phone in front of me. Then he said to me that he's calling Lieutenant General Kumalo. Then he called him while I was with him. And then he told him that, listen, this guy, he just got between a Zulu, but he's not a threat to us in any way whatsoever. But obviously, I couldn't hear on the other end what Mr. Kumalo was saying to him. But after the call, he said to me, it's okay, when you go back to Pretoria, you can go to the police station and fetch your firearms. And indeed, when I went back to Pretoria, I went to the police station and they gave back my firearms.
Okay. And the person that he called, when he was in your presence and you could hear?
I couldn't hear the other, I could only hear him talking.
You could hear him?
Yes.
But are you sure that he called Lieutenant General Dumisani Kumalo?
That's what he told me.
Sorry?
That's what he told me.
That is what he told you?
Come again?
Sorry, that's what he told you?
Yes.
Okay. What happened after the phone call and before the phone call? Did you also phone in their presence, in Cele and Pungosi's presence? Did you phone your lawyers to say,
yes,
withdraw this, don't proceed with the court application?
Yes, I did that, yes.
Okay.
I see. May we take Honorable James?
Yes, we understand. Zulu.
Thank you, Chair. Just clarity, you said that you met with former Minister BHEKI because you received a phone call that he could assist with your problems, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Which spoke to the harassment charges against the police. Mr. BHEKI testified before this committee saying that the reason for your meeting was because you had information for him about the current minister, Minister Nkunu. So I'm just confused. What was the main purpose of that meeting? If you can just give us clarity. Thanks.
The purpose of my meeting was for me to ask him to stop the police from harassing me. But what you're saying, I know about it. I will explain further when during my meeting with him there by the hotel.
Honorables, okay, let me do this. There are two members who want to make follow-ups. Is Honorable Sangoni and Honorable Ntuli, the Chief Whip. Can I check if we have more members so that I note all of you? Honorable Malema will be number 3. Honorable Ngola number 4. The list is closed. Honorable Sangoni.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good afternoon, Mr. Matlala. You said that you couldn't hear the person on the other side,
yes,
but you heard Minister Uno saying, and I want to Minister Cele,
yes,
former Minister Cele saying, you are caught in, did you say a Zulu war?
Yes.
And then when he then said that, I know that you can't hear the person on the other end, but did you get a sense that he was then explaining this Zulu war, or it just sounded like the person on the other side knows what a Zulu war is?
That I cannot explain, but that's what I heard him saying, that I'm caught up between the Zulu war. What it meant even today, I don't know what that means.
Chief Whip.
No, thanks, Chair. The first question I wanted clarity has been asked about the Zulu war, and let's leave it where you answered it. The second one, Mr. Matlala, is that if I heard you correctly, and you would obviously indicate if I did not get you properly. There is a person who called you from KZN and advised you to interact with Mabonga.
No,
Or is it Mabonga who
Yes,
called you
yes.
to prepare for a meeting with former Minister Cele?
Yes, it's Mabonga who called me.
Okay. No, thanks.
Honorable Malim.
Mr. Matlala, you said the people who rated you, amongst them was a person called Kumalo. And then you go to a meeting, you tell Cele your problems. Then Cele says, withdraw the case. You withdraw the case. On the phone, you call your lawyers, withdraw the case. Cele calls a person called Kumalo. He says, no, this guy is caught in a battle or a fight or a Zulu war. He has withdrawn a case, something to that extent. And then when he drops the call, he says to you, when you return to Pretoria, go and take your firearms. When you return to Pretoria, you get your firearms. Do you have any reason to doubt that indeed he was talking to Kumalo? Because the person who was at the center of taking your firearms was Kumalo.
No, I didn't say I had any doubts.
No, I'm not saying you said that. I'm saying, do you have any reason to doubt that he was talking to Kumalo? Because the person who came to fetch the guns is Kumalo. Then Kumalo get calls, the guns get returned. I mean, the guns, you go and collect the guns. So when Cele says, I spoke to Kumalo and you get the guns, you have no reason to doubt that Cele was talking to Kumalo?
No, I didn't have any reason to doubt at all.
Thanks.
SC, let's proceed.
For what?
Oh, yeah. I forgot you, Honorable Ngola. And I see that there are members who are triggered by...
Sorry, Chair. I think I need to clarify something to Mr. Malema here. Because the person who came to my house, it was Colonel Kumalo, not Lieutenant General Kumalo. However, Lieutenant General Kumalo, I just learned now that he is the operations manager of this PKTT unit. He's the head of this unit. I just learned now through the affidavit.
Yeah. Let's do like this. Before you speak, who else wants to speak? Honorable Mwango wants to speak.
Well, there are two things. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
We are starting with Ngola, and then you come after him. Honorable Ngola.
Thanks, Chair. I want to check quickly. Was the meeting between you and the former minister on the 23rd of December or on the 18th of March?
23rd.
23rd December.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What mode of transport did you use to go to Durban?
I drove.
You drove?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Pangazita.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. My first question has to do with the Kumalo. That the former minister was talking to. Could it be the Colonel Kumalo who actually was leading the operation that actually took your property? Or could it have been the general? Because there are two Kumalos that are involved that you have already mentioned. And the my second question has to do with Mpungose. Whether you have known Mpungose before the call that actually he made to advise you to actually meet with the former minister to discuss your predicament.
Okay. The first question, actually, there's three Kumalos. There's the colonel, and there's a major general who is the head of detectives in Gauteng, and there's a lieutenant general who is the head of who is the operations head of this PKTT unit. So the person that I'm referring to is Lieutenant Dumisani Kumalo, who's the head of of this the operations manager, I don't know what to call him, of this PKTT unit. And the other question you're saying it was Mpongosi, right? You said I knew him before.
Do you know him before?
Yes.
Before the.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Well, no, I will come back at some other time.
Okay.
I'm looking at you one by one, honorable members, that we proceed. Let's proceed.
Thank you. So, Mr. Matlala, you quite nicely explained the differences between the three Kumalos.
Yes.
Is that something you learned later? You seem to be pretty well informed.
Yes. It's because while I was complaining to Minister Cele, I just learned after, even myself, because when I applied for that High Court application, you remember they give you the right to reply. So the person who replied, it was General Khumalo. You know, the respondent must reply. So the person who replied, it was General Khumalo. And while I was, but we'll get to that later, but when I was with Mr. Cele this year now, when he used to come visit me, to visit my penthouse here in Pretoria, he told me that I was under the impression that Lieutenant General Khumalo, Dumisani Khumalo, he was the one who replied to my High Court application. Then he explained to me that no, actually it is General Mbuso Khumalo, who is the head of detectives in Gauteng, because the unit that is operating here, I think it's a joint venture or something with a PKTT thing. So he explained that thing to me. Then that's when I understood that, okay, there's also Major General Khumalo, who is the head of detectives. And then Lieutenant General Khumalo, he was the overall head of this PKTT unit. So that thing, I also got it from Mr. Cele.
Thank you. So it sounds to me the same sort of combination of PKTT and the Gauteng. I think they would be the elite sort of a drug syndicate unit, and the other Khumalo, who also raided Molefe on the 6th of December. Were they the same police who raided you on the 6th of December?
I will say the same unit.
Same unit.
Because I think that thing happened while I was raided, he was also raided. So it cannot be the same people. I don't know. Maybe they came to me before and went to him after. I don't know that. But because I was never arrested that day. So maybe they came to me first and then they went to him after. I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't.
But what I know is they are dealing in political killings. Hence they call it the political killings tax team. So I thought that they were dealing with political killings.
Okay. So it certainly then appeared to you that former Minister Cele was someone who could assist you and did assist you.
He did assist me.
Your
yes.
firearms were all returned.
Yes.
Assist you.
He did assist me.
Your
yes.
firearms were all returned.
Yes.
Asked to sign for the release of your firearms.
You mean registered when they booked them in?
Yeah, in the police station.
I don't know whether they were registered or not, but when I went to fetch them, I found them where they put I think it's evidence or something. So I went there inside there and then they gave back my fire. So I don't know whether they were registered or not. That I can't tell, I don't know.
But did you go to the police station to fetch your firearms?
Yes. At Brooklyn Police Station.
Brooklyn?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to deal with your interaction with Mogotsi and those WhatsApps in a bit more detail later. But let me just complete the narrative in relation to your relationship or your interaction with former Minister Cele.
Yes.
So when you, and we deal with it at paragraph, from paragraph 74 onwards in your statement. On page 18. You got it?
Yes, sir.
At the bottom?
Yes.
So you say that in your December meeting, that would have been on 23rd of December. You showed Minister Cele your phone, and you told him that this Brown Mogotsi was busy asking you for money. And then you say you told Minister Cele that you were going to block Mogotsi since Cele was able to assist you. But former Minister Cele then tells you not to block Mogotsi because Mogotsi will lead you to Minister Mkhunu. And his advice to you was that you must keep on entertaining Brown Mogotsi. You confirm that?
Yes, I confirm that.
So just maybe elaborate and expand a bit on that statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me to elaborate that, I think I need to go back to the second raid from my house.
Yeah.
Because when they came for the second, not for the raid actually, when they came to arrest me for the spare key of my safe. So when they left, I actually called Brown, and then I told him that, listen, these people that are harassing me are here. And he said to me, you know what, I need to bring specialized investigators to come here and then see actually who are these people and then who are they, who did they report to. And then he said to me, but these people are not from Pretoria, so you need to, you'll see on the proof of purchase from my bank statements that I paid him. He said to me, you need to book them accommodation, so send me money so I can book for them accommodation. I said, but you said to me that you're working from the office of the minister, so why must I pay the police to do investigation? So I said to him, okay, can you arrange that I see the minister? Then I tell him that why must I pay for police investigation? And he said, no, the minister now is not available. Do you really need help or not? And then I actually gave him the money. I sent him that money. And then, but there were no people came to the house to do any investigation. And then, I think after 2 or 3 days, he said to me that is almost this January 8th thing that they celebrate every year. And then he needs help that I must.
So just before you go, how much money did you give him?
And I don't remember, but like I'm saying, if you can check the name, I gave you, I think, the name of his business account that I paid to, and then it's in my bank statement. So at that time, I think it was 10 or 20,000, but I can't remember. I can't remember.
So sorry, I interrupted you.
Please.
Yeah, and then yes, I was saying when I met. Can you go back to Beverly so that you can follow up? Can I go back to my interaction with Minister Cele?
Yeah.
When I was with Minister Cele, I explained to him actually that this guy, he's saying he was, well, after he sorted out my problem, now we started talking, and he asked me, what did I do about this? And I told him about this Brown Mogotsi situation. Then I even showed him the chats that he was sending me, and then also him requesting me to give him money and everything. But I said to him, it's okay, since you helped me, I'm going to block this guy. And then he said, no, actually, this guy might, because I think, he said to me, the problem that is there is that the Minister Mkhunu, he's got a problem with the police being still loyal to him. And then Minister Mkhunu wanted to remove General Dumisani Kumalo as the head of intelligence and put his own people. So that's why they are fighting. So now, this guy, since he's saying that he's close to the minister, he works in his office, don't block him. I think through him, he will lead us to the minister, because he's saying that the minister gave him the directive to do the investigations and everything. He said, I must keep on entertaining him. So, and then I told him that, but listen, this guy, he's asking a lot of money now. He wants me to pay him for this January 8th thing, whatever. And he said to me, please just do it for us, but don't give him more than 200,000. And then if he asks more than that, then you can stop giving him money. But he said, I must continue, keep on entertaining him, tell him what he wants to hear. And he also told me that he will come, because this guy, Bongani, he was also present. So this guy Bongani was also present there. So Bongani told him that, oh, actually, Ndosi, this guy in Pretoria there, he's got a nice penthouse. Because you like to visit Pretoria a lot, when you're that side, he can offer you accommodation. And I said, it's fine, I don't have a problem. When you're at this side, I can offer you accommodation. And then...
Sorry, Chair. Chair. The point on January 8th, don't give him more than 200,000. If he asks for more than 200,000, don't pay. Did you ever pay for that January 8th?
Yes, I did.
How much?
I'll say between 150 and 200. I'm not quite sure about it.
Did you pay the money to the account given by Mkhotsi?
Yes, there's also proof of payments for that.
Okay. Ngoni. Aremenya namo. Aremenya. Is there anybody who wants to speak to this matter? Okay. Honorable Nomvalo, Honorable Skosana, Honorable Sangoni, Honorable Nwango.
Yeah, so when you paid this 150,000, was it upon request from Mr. Brown Mkhotsi? I mean,
Yeah.
so he requested.
Yes, but I didn't pay 150 once. It was accommodation, flights.
So did he what he wanted the money for? Did he say that, can you give us this assistance for this activity?
Yes, he said that.
He said for January 8th.
Yes.
Did he mention who was also to benefit from that amount?
Yes, he said the minister.
So he was asking the money on behalf of the minister. That is how he requested for it.
According to him, yes.
According to him.
Yes.
Him and the minister, or the minister only?
Say that again?
Him and the minister, according to his request, was it for him and the minister or for the minister only?
No, it was, from what I understand, the minister sent him to go and ask for donations there and there.
Okay.
And then I was one of them.
Okay.
And then he asked me that money so I can donate for them for this January 8th thing of theirs. So I don't know who was going to benefit there.
So you just send the money, you don't know how it was spent and on what? You don't know. You just sent it.
Okay. The flights, I paid them directly. I knew this is what the flights, because he sent me the ID numbers.
Okay.
So I have them on my WhatsApp chat.
So which ID numbers did he send? For who?
For different people.
For different
I
people.
think maybe 10 or... I don't remember how many people.
The ID number also has, I assume, when you book for a person, you use an ID number and full names.
He sent me copies of IDs.
Okay. So was an ID of the minister part of those copies?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Chair, through you, Chair, I think the witness is aware that
if you are aware, Mkoni, that Brown Mohotsi, with others, he was one of the fundraisers on CR17. Do you know that?
He was what?
One of the funders.
Panda.
Yeah, in other words, he was raising funds for CR17.
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
Thank you. Now, I believe that I thought perhaps he was an extortionist, because what you said, that he said he called you from the office of the minister, am I right?
Yes.
Like he was working with the minister.
Yes.
Hey.
But what is your question, Charlie?
No, uyayizwa wena ngeke uyizwe chair, because iyahlaba vele. Kodwa ke I'm saying he was extorting money from you. Ngendlela kwenzeke ngakhona, am I right?
Yes, no, I agree with you.
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Sangoni.
Thank you very much, Chair. Mr. Matlala, you said that former Minister Ele says that just keep this guy going,
Yes.
so that he can lead us to
Yes.
Minister Mkhunu.
Yes.
What did you understand by lead us to Minister Mkhunu? What was your sense that Minister Ele was asking you to do?
It was not what I was thinking. It was what he told me, actually, that he wanted, he said him and his team, meaning General Khumalo and his team, they wanted to arrest Minister Mkhunu. So they wanted to find something that they can use against him through me when I'm busy entertaining Mohotsi, by even end up risking my money just to make him to be comfortable with me.
Honorable Breitenbach.
Mazel tov. Thank you. Mr. Matlala, what is January the 8th?
I don't know. I know January the 8th is the celebration of the ANC. I think when they, but I have never been there before. I don't know what is happening there. But I know that they celebrate maybe their celebration for how many years the ANC has been in existence or something.
And that's what your money was used for?
Say that again?
And that's what your money was used for?
I don't know whether it was used for that or not, but that's what he said, that he wanted to use it for the January 8th thing.
Thank you.
Pangazita, will come to you, Mkhalak.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that I understand. Because when the former minister was here before us, he said that the meeting was for the purpose, was actually initiated by you through Umpungos.
Yes, I saw it.
Because you wanted Minister Cele to actually advise you what to do about what actually had happened. That's one. Two, whilst we were discussing that, there was an issue which you raised with Minister Cele, that you had been approached by a certain person, whom I believe is Mohotsi, who had asked you if you could actually fund the campaign of a particular leader of a particular party. Is that an accurate?
I said that, you're saying I said so? Are you saying that I said that I must fund a particular?
Was that actually said to you? Because that's what the Honorable Minister said to us.
Okay.
He said you told him that you had been approached by a certain person whom I believe is Mohotsi,
Yes.
to actually fund the campaign activities of a particular leader of a political party. And in this instance, Honorable Minister Cele thought that it was the Minister Mkhunu. Now, you say you actually made a donation, and some of the witnesses that had appeared before us had actually said that the donation was meant to finance the cost of Mr. Mkunu's associates who actually were attending the January 8 statement in Cape Town.
Yes.
That money was used for transport, accommodation, even for was it a gala dinner? And apparently Mohosi did not pay for that, and General Sbiya ended up paying because he was present.
Okay. First of all, it's good because we have the ID numbers of the people who went there, because they are in my phone. He sent me the list of the people who were supposed to go there, because I booked flights for them through my office. So those people, I think at later we can confirm whether they are Mr. Mkunu's associates or not. That I don't know. I just booked flights. I did not know, is this person close to Mr. Mkunu or not? And then anyway, Mr. Mohoti, he never said that the money is for funding the presidential campaign of Mr. Mkunu. That's what Mr. Cele told me, that this one wants to be a president. He thinks he can be president of the country. And then because they assumed that Minister Mkunu, but by then he was not even a minister. Because Mr. Cele asked me that, how did you get this contract? By then, it was him who was the minister, not Minister Mkunu. And then he assumed that between him and General Sbiya, because of the saying, I'm close to Sbiya also, they might have participated for me to get this healthcare contract. So they assumed that the money from the healthcare contract was supposed to fund his presidential campaign.
Oh, okay. Honorable Malim.
Thanks, Chair. So I just want to make a follow-up on the same question. General Cele said you called him, you met him, told him Mokhotsi told you that Mkunu wants to be a president, and therefore they need you to finance the campaign of Mkunu. And they told you not to work with Cele and make sure you close Cele out and Zuma out. Don't tell them these issues. And from there, you need to keep on giving him information, because when we asked him, why do you keep Matlala close to you? He said, no, I kept him close because he was bringing information from Mkunu to my side. So I can't let him go because he's giving me information. He said that under oath. And now you are saying he's the one who came with the information, the opposite of what he told us. So effectively, I'm asking you, Mr. Matlala, did former Minister Cele lie under oath about those issues in relation to your name?
Yes, he lied under oath.
Thank you.
If he was asking, for me, was seeking information, why would he even ask me to ask my protectors to take him and his wife to a wedding somewhere in Lanseria? So that there was no way from me sending my protectors to drive him to a wedding. There was no way he will get information from those guys. He don't know them. If he wanted information, he was supposed to all the time make sure that I'm with him so that he can suck information from me. But it was for his own benefit. I even gave him even money. If you are here to suck information, that money, declare it somewhere that, okay, this guy gave me this money. And then, but since we know that for him, we want information, I had to ask money from him. I don't think he even declared that money. I gave him money twice.
Yeah.
How much did you give him, the first one and the second one?
I gave him 300,000, and then on the second occasion, I gave him 200,000.
Okay. Honorable members, no. I want us to do this. if you can lower your hand, Honorable Nombal, I recognize it. You can see that the witness has a lot of information that he wants to share with the committee. And I'm going to suggest that we take one item at a time. The witness has mentioned the meeting that happened with General Cele at Beverly Hills. The witness has mentioned the matter of Mr. Brown Mkhots, and the witness has also mentioned the statement that General Khumalo was about to be removed.
Yes.
And fourthly, the information about presidential ambitions. Fifthly, about payments that were made for bookings, including those ID copies. And now, lastly, that there is money which has been given, 300,000 Rand and 200,000 Rand. So these issues must not go away so that we do not scupper the work of the legal counsel. What he was saying before, he said, Matlala, we now want to move to Brown Mkhosi, but let me conclude your engagements with with General Cele. That's what you wanted to do. So we're going back to that point where you must conclude with conclude the engagement with General Cele, and then we take these issues one so that we don't confuse the witness, because if we ask him, every time you ask him a question, he responds and he gives more. So wabana khomo a ishishite wabana gore o tsara packet so wa bia jamasi. So let me take your hand, Honorable Nombal.
Yeah, no, thanks, Chair.
Yeah?
Okay, later.
Honorable Nombal.
Yeah, no, thanks, Chair.
Ragama khomo ya Matlala.
It's a follow-up, Chair, on the last response that the witness has given. I just wanted to check, how was this money given? Was it cash or it was transferred to the minister, to Minister BHEKI CELE?
It was cash.
It was cash?
Yes.
Both of it was cash?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Honorable Skosana.
My follow-up question will be, if I heard you very well, you said that you send your bodyguard, there was a wedding somewhere else, we send your bodyguards, am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Now, I know you haven't mentioned this, but was it the day when he slept at your penthouse?
No.
Or it was just on your normal conversation with him?
Yeah, that day they fetched him in Senten Hotel.
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Cameron.
Thank you, Chair. Just a question for clarity. Was there anyone else present when you paid the money to BHEKI CELE?
Okay, yeah. The first time it was when Bongani was present, but he's no longer alive. Yes, and the second one, I was with my protectors, but I don't know whether, because I wouldn't tell them what I'm doing. So I don't know whether they realized when I went to the car and took out the bag and put it in his car.
And then just one last one. Is there any other time that your protectors transported former Minister Cele and or his wife?
Yes, they took him to a wedding in Malda's Drift, some place called Malda's Drift.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Chair.
Okay. I want to note hands. Honorable Ngola, Honorable Chief Whip, Honorable Sokanyile, Honorable Shongwe, Honorable Matthews, Honorable James, Honorable Mwango.
Thank you very much. No, Mina, I just want to know the delivery venues in both the installments. The first installment, the second installment, and did it happen at the Bevel? Because it looks like it's one of the most important meetings you had. Was the delivery there? When was the other delivery and stuff? Just that from me, Chair. Thank you very much.
Okay, the first payment was here in Pretoria in my penthouse. And the second payment was at Beverly Hills, but not on that day when I first met him. It was this year. I think I've met him a couple of times after the first meeting. So I don't remember. Maybe it was around March, but I'm not sure of the date.
Chief Whip.
No, Chair, I'm covered up because I thought I wanted clarity if the Beverly Hills first meeting is the one where you brought money to pay. Because I wanted to know why would you bring money for the first meeting? Nobody has asked for it. But he has helped us to say it was on a different occasion. But maybe just what was the money for on both occasions? Was it specified? Why is this money required?
Okay. When he came here in Pretoria, then he called me. He got first to my apartment, and then I found him there. And when I got there, he said, "Okay, I'm here at your apartment. And last year, remember, I helped you, but even now, you're not doing anything for me to show your appreciation." And then that's when I made the. I'm here at your apartment, and last year, remember, I helped you, but even now, you're not doing anything for me to show your appreciation. And then that's when I made the. And then that's when I gave him the first 300,000. So even the second payment, it was because of the same reason. But when I going on, I'll explain further because of actually there was more. But as I go with the SC, then I will explain further that he actually wanted more.
Yeah, I wanted to warn you against running ahead of the witness. But if you insist on asking questions, I can't stop you. Honorable Sokanyila.
No, I wanted to check, Chairperson, with Mr. Matlala, did he meet former Minister BHEKI CELE at Zimbabwe? What were they discussing on that? Or were there exchange of monies even in that, the meeting of Zimbabwe? Is it the correct person?
Yes, at Zimbabwe, that's when he said to me he wanted to introduce me to General Mukonazi. Yes, we met at Zimbabwe. And then the reason for that, that's when he wanted to introduce me. He actually called him to come there as well. But that day he said he was going to meet the king, so he couldn't come, the Zulu king.
Babu Mkhotsi, you nami ngithi Mkhotsi nangu mama we DA yongifake kule nto lo mama we DA yongifake. Babu Matlala, I need to ask something la. Actually, there's something you said emuva when you said the reason you are here is because you were failed by either a state or somebody. Is there maybe a chance you saying this to get back at Babu Cele? Is he the one maybe or failed so that you do you understand?
No, I don't understand.
Okay. When you say the reason you are here is because the state failed you or somebody failed you, do you mean you said something Ubaba Cele asking for protection? Is he the one who failed you? And my second question would be, how many times have you met Ubaba Cele? And in those many times you've met him, kayile something yokchawa, or it was only these 2 times?
Okay, for me to answer that question, it means that now I have to go further, and then, but we'll need to go back again because of I will leave other things behind. But let me just answer this for you. For me to say that I've been he failed me, not because the last time when I stopped calling his calls, taking his calls, I remember it was the day when there was a big soccer match between Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs in KZN. He called me, said I must come there. His wife and his car, he's got problems with his wife's car and his car. So he really needed money. And I drove to Durban. And when I got there to Durban, I just decided that this thing will never stop of this guy always asking me money. And then something said to me, let me just stop taking these guys' calls. If you can check on that day, I received more than 20 missed calls from him. I just decided stop taking his calls. It was on Friday. And then the next week, Wednesday, that's when I got arrested. So, but I think you'll understand more when we go back again to what led me to that arrest.
Okay, so you've met him more than 2 times, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
And all this time you've met him, bomb guy or something?
No, I only gave him money twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
Okay, no sharp.
Yeah.
Honorable Cameron.
Thank you, Chair. Just in terms of when you gave the money to BHEKI CELE, in the same time period, were there any other senior officials or senior police members that you also gave money?
No, it was only him.
Only him. And then the last one, was there anything else that you covered for BHEKI CELE? Anything regarding travel or covered date for him? Any other gifts for the family? Anything else that you gave him apart from the money and the penthouse?
No, I just gave him money. What I remember, but that never happened. I just saw on social media that it was actually his birthday. And then I wanted to buy him a suit, but I couldn't get it on time. So, but that thing, I never did. But it was only a suit that I was supposed to buy for him, but I didn't. But that was supposed to be a gift. He didn't ask for it.
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable James.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Matlala, please explain to us how these acquaintances that you've just met recently knew that you had all of this money.
Knew that I had money?
Yes.
Who?
Mr. BHEKI, Brown, because everyone seems to be getting money out of you. How did they know you have all this money?
It's the contract. That was public knowledge.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Can I check if there are members who still want to speak? I'm worried that we are running ahead of the witness. That is my greatest worry. And issue. If we were to allow the SC to lead evidence, you can agree with me on some of the questions you ask here are not follow-up questions, because the witness has never mentioned anything about some of the questions you are asking. Honorable Matthys.
Mine's definitely follow-up, Chair. Do you have or have you submitted receipts? Because you said you withdrew money from the bank for the 2 payments that you had to give to BHEKI CELE, because we're going to end up coming down to, I didn't get the money, you gave him the money. So we need to have some type of proof. So would your bank receipts or with your withdrawals sort of align with that, and is that available for the committee that will speak to the dates?
Yes, but I don't have access to my bank to my banking app now. But the police have my bank. They have my bank statements.
But it's
So maybe
it's
if you can,
there.
yeah.
So for both payments, you withdrew money, and it will reflect.
yes.
It will reflect on there. And then, Chair, we mustn't lose it because we were busy on the issue of the apartment, and I'm scared that senior counsel that we don't miss that. Mr. Matlala was talking about the issue of being at the apartment with BHEKI CELE, and then we lost interruption, or we were interrupted. Thank you, Chair. I'm covered.
Do you still remember where we were? So that I can refresh you.
Yeah, I didn't think it's just that, you know, under the guise of questions of clarifications, you know, if we can stick to a structure, then we can get done sooner. These issues are all dealt with in the affidavit, and I was getting there. So Mr. Matlala, the issue of your relationship with again at paragraph 108 on page 25 of your statement. Page 25 of your
Just
statement.
on a point of order, Chair.
Honorable Malim.
The senior counsel must be reminded that this is our committee. He can't address us the way he's doing. Where we feel we need to come in, we're going to come in. It's our committee. And that right must never be taken away from us.
No, that right will not be taken away from yourselves, honorable members. What we are saying is that let's allow the witness to lead evidence, especially that he himself has said it here, that in the process of deposing his oral evidence, there may be some corrections that will be made to the statement that has already been sent out to members. And I think that will benefit members if we deal with it that way. Agreed? Let's proceed.
Mr. Matlala, I referred you to page 25, paragraph 108 of your statement.
Page what?
Page 25.
Paragraph?
Paragraph 108.
108.
108.
Okay. Yes,
Now, just before that, you had described how you met General Cele in Durban, and that he said, no, when you said, look, this chap Magotsi was messaging you and in touch with you, he said, no, continue doing that. He's going to lead you to Mkhunu. And then he also mentioned that you are being caught up in what he described as Zulu wars, and I'm trying to summarize what you told us, that he definitely seemed to help because there was a phone call which you claim was to General Khumalo, and your firearms were returned. You went to the police station to collect them. Then subsequent to that, at paragraph 108, you said that Minister Cele requested accommodation in Pretoria. I offered my apartment to Minister Cele for use when he was in Pretoria. And then you said that in one of your messages, you had referred to Minister Cele as my business associate, quote unquote, when communicating with property management. I only said that to give some basis for the nature of the relationship, but Minister Cele was not actually my business associate. He stayed at my apartment 3 or 4 times.
Yes, that's true.
You confirm that?
Yes.
And then you dealt with the cash payments, which you've now disclosed. You said, I made an initial payment of 300,000 in cash to former Minister Cele at my residence in Pretoria around January. Is that January 2025?
Yes.
I handed over the money while he was inside my apartment. This was after he told me they needed gratification, which he called a quote-unquote facilitation fee, related to his role in returning my firearms and stopping the harassment. He also implied that he was not acting alone, which explained why a large sum of money was required.
Yes.
So that's the first payment.
Yes, that's correct.
And that was in your apartment here in Pretoria.
Yes, that's correct.
Then you say you made a second cash payment around about March 2025 at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yes.
The purpose of the payments, from your perspective, you say, was to acknowledge my belief that Minister Cele had, quote-unquote, control over the police and had effectively stopped the harassment.
No, that is not true. So this statement, remember, I was supposed to go through it and correct some of the things.
So you want that part deleted?
Yes, because he was the one who asked me for money, not that I was acknowledging that he has power in the police.
So we'll make a note of that. But what did in fact, according to you anyway, what was in fact the case was that when you withdrew your court application against the police, the harassment did stop and your firearms were returned.
Yes, that's true.
So certainly at that point you thought he was value for money.
No, I'm saying he asked me for money and then he reminded me of what he did for me. And that's why I offered him the money. I'm not saying I felt like I need to pay him because of what he did.
Yeah. And then you say he later contacted you for more money, citing issues with his and his wife's cars. Eventually started to see. So I think in answer to one of the honourable member's questions, you spoke about these cars, and it was at a big game at Moses Mabhida. Is it the Chiefs Pirates game?
Yes.
So you remember very clearly that incident?
Yes, yes, I remember because of that game, yes.
Okay. So he continued asking you for more money?
Yes, that's correct.
But then you started to see what you called demands as extortion, and he stopped making payments, and you stopped taking his calls from about 9 May 2025.
Yes, that's correct.
Is that right? And then shortly thereafter, you were arrested on the 14th of May 2025. Right? So you seem to be saying, but you can say it in your own words, that there seemed to be a connection between you stopped making these payments and then your subsequent arrest shortly thereafterwards.
I will say that was one of the reasons, but the other reason, as we go on, and then I will explain about it.
Yes. Okay. Now, if we could just round off on former Minister or Minister Mkhunu. You say at paragraph 114 on page 27 that you learned from Minister Cele that there was a big dispute between the two.
Yes, that's what he told me.
And that was according to General Cele?
Yes.
Okay. And that's why he encouraged you to maintain your communication with Mogotsi?
Yes.
But you had never, had you met Minister Mkhunu at all?
I've never met him.
And you don't know him at all?
No, I don't know him.
So you confirm, just so that we can get this out of the way, that you provided an affidavit, and you see that on page 29, paragraph 124 of your statement, paragraph 124.
Yes, I see it.
I confirm that I provided an affidavit stating I have never met Minister Mkhunu. This affidavit was prepared after Mkhunu's lawyers contacted my lawyer to ask whether I knew the minister. I stated I did not know Minister Mkhunu. They asked whether I was willing to depose to an affidavit to that effect. I said I was. This is how I came to depose to the affidavit that was provided to the minister. And you attached the affidavit at VM5.
Yes,
and that appears to be the same affidavit that the minister had presented to this committee when he gave evidence. So you confirm that?
Yes, I confirm that.
Okay. So if I could just, so let me just summarize quickly. You had this big contract that you were awarded of 350 million. You started experiencing problems, and then there were these raids on your house and then on your office. And following these raids, you get 2 calls that take you down 2 different paths. The one is from a guy called Brown Mkhotsi, and the other one is from a guy called Mpungosi from KZN. Mkhotsi appears to, well, or so he claims, that he was in the minister's office, and that's that path. And that's all about Nkunu and January the 8th and all that. And also extracting, or rather extorting, money out of you. And I think you mentioned a figure of around about 200,000. Maybe not in one payment, but in different payments. Then the other one is Mpongosi, that leads you to General Cele.
Yes.
That's the. So is that a fair summary of where we are now? Is that your troubles, your woes, lead you down these 2 different paths, and both of them cause you to spend money?
Yes, I agree.
Now, can we go to page 30 and then, are you there at paragraph 126?
Paragraph? Sorry, you said paragraph what? 126?
It's page 30, paragraph 126.
Yes, I'm here.
Now, that is where you record that you met Lieutenant General Nkhunazi at the Pearls at Umhlanga on 15 April 2025. What's the Pearls? Is that an hotel or a apartment? What
The Pearls is an apartment building, yeah. Yeah, it's apartment.
An apartment building.
Yes.
And you say that Minister Cele had arranged for you to meet him.
Yes.
And you say this was the result of my interaction with Minister Cele regarding issues with my SEPS contract.
Yes.
So this again takes us back to this contract issue.
Yes.
And you then say Minister Cele advised you that he knew Lieutenant, the spelling, is it Nkoa? Nkhua.
Nkua, yes. Nkua, yes.
Okay, excuse my pronunciation. And then you say, but the person who was very close to her was Lieutenant General Nkhunazi. And then you say, before we proceeded to the meeting, I contacted General Sinona, who is the head of the Hawks at KZN, as you were not comfortable to meet General Nkhunazi alone.
Yes.
So can you just elaborate on this? And did you meet, and what was the purpose of the meeting, and what happened at the meeting?
Okay. I'll go back a little bit so that we can understand how did I get to end up meeting Mr. Nkhunazi. When I was with Mr. Cele, and then because he kept on asking me for money, and then I told him that, listen, SAPS is not paying me in time, and then also I don't even get enough purchase orders, so I'm not making a lot of money, though the contract is there, but I'm not making that money that you guys assume that I'm making. And then I told him that the person who's in charge of this contract, I think I'll say the custodian of this contract, is Lieutenant General Nkua. And then he said, yes, I know about your problem, but I think the best person that you need to talk to is General Mkonazi, because he's more closer than General Nkua than I am. So that's when then he arranged that meeting. So when I met with General Mkonazi, he said to me, yes, I hear about your problem that you're having, so that that they don't give you guys enough work. They just send work in drips and drabs so that they don't breach their contract. But actually, if it was according to them, they wouldn't send any purchase orders at all. They just send small purchase orders so that they can just keep you entertained. So, but they're saying actually what they want to do is cancel this contract. So, and he said to me, they actually met, he said there was a police summit in somewhere in Emperor's Palace. And he's saying, during that summit, after the summit, I think, he said to me, General Nkua asked National Commissioner Fani Masemola that when are they actually cancelling my contract? And Fani Masemola said that this is what I heard from General Mkonazi. Fani Masemola said that, listen, I spoke with the minister. Remember last year, December, he gave a directive that we must cancel this contract. But now I asked him that I cannot continue. And then it looks like he is breaking down now. So National Commissioner Masemola, according to Mkonazi, he said, I suspect that this Mkunu is working with Sibia now. And then he no longer want to cancel the contract because I suspect that they will send this guy, meaning me, to come and kill me. And then they must put General Sibia as the National Commissioner. And Mkonazi said to me that, I said to National Commissioner that, Commissioner, if you think that your life is in danger, just say the word. I will take care of this cat. Then I asked him, what did you mean when you say that he must just say a word and then you will take care of me? And he told me that there is only one way that I can take care of you permanently. But he didn't say it in like kill you, but he just said to me that there is only one way that I can take care of you permanently. And I said, but what was the reason for that? Because he's told me that they suspect that why will suddenly the minister decide not to cancel the contract anymore? But before that, he was the one actually who said we must cancel this contract. So he said to me, he told Fadima Samola that he will call the commander of special force and then they must give him a armored car from now on because his life is in danger. And he was saying all these things to show me that General Nkua was pushing for this contract to be cancelled. And then he said to me further that she's doing this because she was working with the previous service provider. And then they were giving her a lot of money. That's why she could afford to buy properties and convert them into B&Bs. And he even gave me one address of her properties, which I wrote it down later. And then when I came back to Pretoria, I went there actually to check the property. And then I even took a street number and pictures of that property that he said is one of the properties that she owns. And there's no way that she can afford such properties with a salary from SAPS. So now, if you want her to come and work with you, are you going to offer her the same incentives that Metropolitan was offering her? Then I knew that I was very in deep trouble than I thought I was. Because of now, he was saying, there is no way a woman like a general like her that she will just dump people who were offering so much money and come work with you. It's either when I tell her that she must come work with you, then you will continue doing what these people they were doing to her. And then, but he said, there's conditions though. I also want you to do something for me. And I asked him, what is it? He said, there is a case opened against him from IPIT, in IPIT. He said there's a guy that they tortured, and the guy that they tortured opened a case against them, and then I must convince, because the guy stays, I also have a house in Mistream. So he said, because you stay in Mistream, I'll tell you the name of the guy and check if you know the guy. And I said, tell me, and then Mistream is not that big. Maybe I might know the guy. And he told me the name of the guy, and I told him, actually, this guy, his son goes to the same school as my son. So, but what I will do is, I will ask my wife to ask his wife if he can facilitate a meeting for me to meet the guy so that I can convince him. And he said, I must tell the guy that, listen, he must drop the charges against him, and also he must add that the people who actually compelled him to lay charges against him is Minister Mkhunu and General Sibia. However, I couldn't get the guy and convince him to do what he wanted to do. And I thought maybe that was one of the reasons also that maybe I got arrested, because I didn't deliver what I promised him. So that was the purpose of my meeting with him there in the Pels.
Are you sure that you didn't meet General Mkonazi because you, in exchange for assistance to get the purchase orders placed with you, pursuant to the contract, that you were prepared to offer him information on Sabia?
I don't follow your question.
I said, are you sure that the purpose of this meeting with General Mkonazi was not that he would have been prepared to speak to the head of HR to place orders on the contract which was then awarded to you? I hadn't been cancelled yet, but it would be in exchange for information about Sabia.
So if I get this right, you're saying the purpose of my meeting was for me to give General Mkonazi information about Sabia?
Yes, I'm asking you if that was not the purpose of the meeting.
Then he's the one who arranged the meeting. Then how did he know that I want to give him information about Sabia? Because he's the one who arranged the meeting, not the other way around.
So what are you saying, that did he request the meeting?
No, I'm saying BHEKI CELE arranged the meeting with him, and then he said it, and then he accepted, and then he said to me, he needs help about what I just told you, and then he mentioned obviously that he wants information about Sabia, but I told him that Sabia, I don't know him to that level that I can get next to him and get information. Not even Sabia only, even the minister. And then that's when he said, rather ask this person to withdraw the charges against me, and then tell him that he must say he was forced to open the charges against him because Minister Mkhunu and Sabia asked him to open charges against him.
So even though it is the case that you discussed at that meeting with Mkonazi, you did discuss the contract, because he also then mentioned Kua and pointed out that she was also in the pocket of, I think you mentioned Metropolitan, and that she's got these properties, and obviously if you do a kind of a lifestyle audit check, then where does she get the money from? And but he didn't offer to help you. You say that he said she was the quote unquote stumbling block for your contract. So did that also in fact happen at the meeting?
Yes.
But you say that, and according to your statement, that the true reason was actually in relation to this chap, Nangi, to convince him to withdraw the charges because Nangi had been assaulted and all that.
Yes.
Was that the true purpose of the meeting, according to you?
To drop the charges,
Yeah.
yes, and also about Nkoa to not stop my contract from to operate.
Do you know, or did you know General Sonona, the head of the Hawks KZN?
Yes, I know him very well.
Very well.
Yes,
So for how long you know him?
I'll say maybe 7 years, or 6 or 7 years.
Six or 7 years.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm taking a wild guess.
And what have you got some kind of a relationship that you know him for 6, 7 years?
A relationship?
Yeah.
Yes, I do have a relationship with him.
What's the nature of that relationship?
He's like a big brother to me. And he actually married his last wife now that he married. She's my cousin. No, not a cousin, but we share the same surname. So I'm not related to her, but
You're going to end up saying I'm your cousin.
yeah, but you are.
Would that have been the and you say that did you offer to speak to Nangi because your kids are at the same school?
Yes, I did.
And what was the outcome of that discussion?
He told me that it was not only him alone who were tortured. It was him and his brother-in-law and some other guy. I don't know the name. And he said, as a result, his brother couldn't speak anymore. He lost his voice. So he don't think that these people will ever agree to drop charges against General Mkonazi.
Yeah, you mentioned at paragraph 134, 133 on page 32, where you say, I met up with Mr. Nangi as instructed by Lieutenant General Mkonazi, and he tried to convince him, and you tried to convince him to withdraw the charges. Nangi advised that he was not alone in the matter, and that his brother-in-law can't even speak as a result of the torture.
Yes, that's true.
He advised that he was not willing to withdraw the matter, and I believe he has even sued Lieutenant General Mkonazi for 10 million rand.
Yes, that's true.
Is that just what you heard? You didn't see any papers, any summons?
I checked after he said that it is. I think if you can check on Google also, you can see it. But I just saw it after when he told me.
And then you say you did communicate Nangi's reluctance to Lieutenant General Mkonazi via General Sonona.
Can you repeat that, please?
You say in the draft statement, I communicated Nangi's reluctance to Lieutenant General Mkonazi via
yes.
General Sonona.
Yes, yes.
How did you do that?
I called him.
You called Sonona?
Yes.
To tell Mkonazi
yes.
that you've spoken to Nangi?
Yes.
And he's not prepared to withdraw?
Yes.
Okay. And again, as a result of that, you say you suspect that this was one of the reasons why you were later arrested and charged.
Yes.
Then you go on to say that I was already under immense pressure from my contract issues and police harassment. I did start giving Brown Mogotsi money because Minister Cele advised me to keep on entertaining him. And this also added to my financial strain. However, you reached a point where you just decided, no, this thing will end anyway. I couldn't keep giving these people money. Then you say you eventually stopped taking calls and giving money to Minister Cele and others involved. This decision came on a Friday. The very next week, on a Wednesday, you were arrested and charged with the attempted murder of your ex-girlfriend. I believe my arrest was a direct consequence of my decision to stop cooperating with their demands for money and my refusal to continue what I saw as their extortionate schemes.
Yes, I agree.
Do you want to add anything to that?
What page are you on?
Sorry?
What page are you on now?
That was on page 32, and I was reading you from paragraph 135, 136.
Okay, it's fine.
Do you want to, do you confirm that, or do you want to add anything further?
Yes, I'll confirm, but I'll add later when I'm with my legal team. I confirm what is here, but I'm saying when I'm with them, and then we'll see what to add. Because some of the things, they just pop up when I start speaking about them.
Honourable Chair, this would be, with your leave and the Honourable Committee's leave, a convenient point to adjourn before we pursue a new aspect, and we'll do our level best to take no more than 2 hours tomorrow morning to conclude.
You want to adjourn now?
Sorry, Chair.
You want to adjourn now?
To adjourn now, yes.
Matlala usashishicha. You still want to give more?
No. I don't know. What time is that?
It's quarter to 5.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can adjourn.
And then tomorrow we start at 10.
At 10. I don't know. I'll discuss. I don't know what time they'll be here. I need to talk to them first. I need to talk to my legal team first and ask what time will they be here tomorrow. Because
yeah.
I would love that before we start them, and at least I can get a brief from them. And
yeah, they requested 10 o'clock to us.
To start at 10. Okay, then it's okay. Meaning they'll be here much earlier, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, can I check? We are going to adjourn. Are the members who may want to ask anything, but we must do all this before 5. Honorable Nomvalo and Honorable Skosana.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. No, Chair, I just want to check with the SC advocate Arenze if he has arranged with the lawyers of the witness in relation to the statement, the correct statement, because the witness before us has been making an indication that there are some errors that he needs to correct in the statement. 2, like we said earlier, we're not comfortable with cross-questioning a witness. Cross-questioning a witness based on a statement which he says has errors, because we turned away Kabinde here because he considered to the fact that the statement he had errors was dumbsacked. So we want to get confirmation so that, Chair, and want to persuade attorneys of the witness to quickly finish and send the statement at least tonight, so that when we prepare relying on a correct statement, not on this statement. So I don't know if he has made that arrangement, the senior counsel. If he has not, then we persuade him to do so.
Yeah. And I think it's the understanding of, it must also be the understanding of members that the draft statement that has been prepared, as we were going through it, the witness has confirmed most of the contents and where corrections have to be made were made. So now we are left with about less than 10 pages of the statement. So what you are suggesting, it should be easier for them to finish that part, because most part of the statement has been presented. Where the witness wanted to add more information, it was added. Where corrections have to be made, those corrections were made. And if there is any other thing that they may additional, it can still be said tomorrow in the earlier part of the morning. Honorable Skosan.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to, through you, Chair, to ask the witness as well. Hence the issue that some of the things are being corrected. Are you comfortable, Goni, with the submission which your lawyers have drafted for you?
Yes, I'm comfortable.
So there's no ambiguity. I mean,
no, they didn't draft this for me.
Yes.
Remember, I said we had a consultation with the evidence leaders and with them as well. So this is the draft that we had received from the evidence leaders, but I got it from my attorneys. So some of these things here, like I said, needs to be corrected, but it's not like it's completely wrong. It's just small things which I think by today they will be corrected.
Thank you so much if that's the case. Thank you.
SC?
Yeah, I've just been in a WhatsApp exchange with Mr. Forbey, Mr. Matlala's attorney, and we will continue to engage throughout the evening to get the statement finalized. In fact, I was just conferring with Ms. Zigelala that the two errors, so-called, that were pointed out by Mr. Malala were actually inserted by them overnight. And obviously there could have been a miscommunication between him and Mr. Forbey, and one can understand that given his circumstances, and they must correct it overnight. And I've urged Mr. Forbey to get the statement finalized and to have it signed and commissioned before we start tomorrow at 10.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Mugwini, are you satisfied with today's proceedings?
No, I'm satisfied.
And the corrections that you have made, you are also satisfied with them?
Yes, I'm satisfied.
And you also understand that we give you an opportunity that tomorrow, if you may want to make further corrections, that is allowed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So that is it, honorable members. A larger part of the statement has been presented. Corrections have been made. The remaining part, the witness accepts that if there are corrections that will have to be made, they would be made. So you have the statement, honorable members. We will allow the legal team together with the witness and his team to finalize all the details. We are here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And we must apologize, Mr. Matlala, that we have invited the members of the media. We have informed them that we will afford them an opportunity when you are seated to take your proper pictures. So they ambushed you and took stolen pictures. So, but we have informed them that the pictures that they have taken without the authorization of the chair were taken stealthily. So the only pictures we recognize are those that they took when the chairperson requested them to come and take them. Thank you so much. This brings us to the end of today's proceedings. Good luck, Mokoni. Let's meet tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.